Hi, I'm Alexis, and this is my guide to the glory of the Dream Raider. Before we start this achievement, be sure that at least one person in the raid has the instance achievement tracker to help track if the achievement has been met or failed. Achievements can be done on normal difficulty or higher. The first achievement is Meaner Pastures, where you have to defeat Norlroot after igniting 8 harmless blossoms. There are 8 blossom flowers at the sides of the boss area, as marked in the video. When the boss goes to the second phase, just before the roots, 8 players need to run over and stand on the flowers. The boss will give players the Ember Chart debuff, which is the small red circle used to burn the roots, which will burn the flower, and the achievement is met once all 8 flowers are burned. Continue the fight as usual, defeat the boss, and earn the achievement. Next achievement is Cruelty Free. There are 3 hut-like contraptions near Ejira, 2 on the right side and 1 on the left. Players that are about to get hit by the spears need to run over these huts, to hit the huts with the spear, and free the critters trapped inside. We first tanked the boss to the ones to the right to make sure we got them in time, then made a quick dash to the left. Once the achievement is met, just defeat the boss and you get the achievement. Next we have Volcaros with the achievement Swog Champion. One player needs to pick up a horn from the right side of the room just as you go down the stairs. The player will have an action button, and using this item during the fight will spawn Lieutenant Lunker. Just ignore him. A bunch of other smaller frogs will spawn, which need to be eaten by Volcaros. These frogs will target random players. The players just need to run next to the tank, and Volcaros will eat the frogs when he smashes down on the tank. The achievement will be met when Volcaros eats 30 frogs. Then just continue the fight, and you got the achievement. For the next achievement, Don't Let the Dough Hit You on the Way Out, you need to defeat Loradar after extinguishing Ivy and keeping her alive during the fight. Ivy's at the entrance to the right side. Walk behind her to help her make her way to the boss area. She will have 70 stacks of Singed, which need to be doused by the Seed of Life, which is usually used to clear the floor. Make sure to keep Ivy alive and throw a few heals on her, as she will get damaged during the fight, and try to keep her as far as possible from the boss so she doesn't get as much damage during the intermission phase. Also make sure that all the debuffs are removed before the intermission phase, so keep Loradar over 40% health. Once all the debuffs are removed, continue the boss fight and you get the achievement, and you'll also get a pet Ivy in your mailbox. Next achievement is Ducks in a Row. To the left side of the boss area, there's Sergeant Quackers, who has a debuff and is looking for allies. And you need to boost his morale to encourage him to join the fight and help defeat the bosses. To do this, all the players need to be turned into ducks next to him, so tank the boss in between Quackers and the middle of the platform. Players that turn into ducks during the fight need to quickly dash to eat the pollen and run back next to Sergeant Quackers to turn all the other players into ducks. And the other players need to make sure that they're stacked next to Quackers before the ducks arrive. Once everyone is turned into ducks, Sergeant Quackers will jump in and join the fight. Continue the fight and defeat all 3 bosses, and you get the achievement, and you also get Sergeant Quackers as a pet in your mailbox. Next we have A Dream Within a Dream. During Nimwe's boss fight, players need to go to these marked areas and type /sleep to go into the dreaming phase, where you'll be able to see a butterfly. Players need to collect a total of 5 butterflies, and each player can only collect 1. So 5 players need to contribute. Damage may interrupt your sleep, so it's best to do this at the beginning of the fight or after the trees when there aren't any plants to soak. Collecting the 5th butterfly will spawn a manifested monarch. This guy is pretty but quite annoying, as he shoots out these cloudy orbs which damage and shoot you back. Also, he will respawn after each tree's phase if you don't quickly defeat the boss. We first got Nimue down to 15%, then got the last butterfly to make sure we don't have to deal with this big guy twice. So defeat the monarch, defeat the boss, and you got the achievement. Next we have Smolderon's achievement. Haven't we done this before? Before going for Smolderon, the raid has to go back to the entrance and enter this pool with a flower in the middle to get the Dreaming Quintessence debuff. This lasts for 10 minutes, so if you take too long or you wipe, you need to go get the debuff again. The boss platform has these 6 runes that need to be doused with the Dreaming Quintessence. When you go on the rune, you'll get an action button with a medium to long cast time, so ideally not everyone does this at the same time because you need to have enough players to do the soak. Be sure you get the notification that you met the achievement. Ours marked 6 on 6, but we were still missing one. Then we got the notification that the achievement was met. Continue the boss fight, get the achievement, and off to the next one. Next, and the most annoying achievement to get the glory run, is Whelp, I'm Lost, where you need to rescue 6 lost whelps when flying from one platform to the next on Teldrassil. These whelps can be found on the big branches on the trees in between platforms. We did a couple of test runs and looked for these whelps, marking them until we marked all 6, assigning players to collect these, making sure to have enough players on the platform to interrupt the supernova cast. Some of the whelps are closer to the second platform, so we got 3 in the first flight, then the next 3 on the second, because you will get dismounted if you take too long to reach the platform. In the video, I'm showing 2 of the whelps. It took us a couple of wipes until we managed to find them all and remembered where they were. You can get all 6 whelps in one flight, but splitting them just made it less stressful. To collect the whelp, just fly through it. You'll get a rescued whelp debuff and see a little whelp animation on your head. Players carrying a whelp must make sure not to die during the fight or you will lose the debuff and fail the achievement. So get 6 whelps, stay alive, and defeat the boss. The last achievement to get the glory is Memories of Teldrassil, where 6 memories of Teldrassil need to return to the heart of Teldrassil. Before approaching Farak, you need to go back to the entrance, and 6 players need to collect an orb each from the corridors in Teldrassil located in these areas marked on the map. The players carrying the orbs must not die at any point during the fight until the achievement is met. The buff does persist through death, but you need to have the player alive to spawn the spirits. During the second phase, where healers must heal up the spirits, an additional spirit will automatically spawn, removing 1 buff from a random player, and this spirit must also be healed up to reach the heart of Teldrassil. You'll have to heal up a total of 6 to meet the achievement. The spirits will spawn in this order, one by one as shown on the screen. They'll only spawn if 6 players have the debuff at the start, and will one by one lose the debuff as the spirits spawn. Once the achievement is met, just nuke Farak and you'll get the last achievement. And Grath, you now have the Glory of the Dream Raider achievement and a fancy new mount. If you found this video useful, be sure to give a like and subscribe, and give me a follow on Twitch to catch some live streams. Thank you for watching, and happy achievement hunting!